So here's the deal. For a while I have wanted to fix some machines. I mess around on Iron Planet every once in a while, and here was an air compressor for extremely cheap. I bid $100. This is about a $2,500 machine if you buy it online, and I was the only one who bid on it, so I got it for $100. Let's fix it. That's one way to do it. All right, here's our compressor. You can see some of the damage I did here. See that muffler guard's a little bent. Some of this was already beat up, but when you look, it landed like on the side of the truck right here. Looks like the fitting on the bottom survived, and surprisingly, I don't really see any other damage. This is the whole reason this guy was on auction. This head is messed up, the cylinder head. How messed up, I don't know. This is the cover. It was with the machine. This gasket came with the machine as well. How's that go? This is like a how to keep an idiot busy for hours thing. What happened, well, who knows what happened, but what you can see is where that bolt is supposed to go that covers the head is sheared off. There's also damage to the spark plug and the spark plug wire. You can see that spark plug is just bent. Our wire boot end is toast. So what I'm hoping is maybe somebody loaded it like I did and something came down and broke the cover off and this off at the same time. Hopefully it's as simple as replacing this casing, pulling everything out, making sure nothing's damaged, putting it all back together, and repairing the couple of obviously broken parts. Here's your model and serial number of this machine, in case you're curious. You would not be able to tell it from looking at the machine at all, but this is a Mighty M air compressor. It is a model that is specifically made for Sunbelt. You can tell because of the SB at the end of the model number. Guard looks to be in really good shape. Well, the keyways look good. Just need to figure out how to get these things off. Okay, that's not the way to do it. Well, that's some progress at least. So it did come off. Well, that's not gonna work. All right, so far so good for that. Feeler gauges to adjust our valves. Looks like we got new bolts, plate. I don't know if gaskets are in this. Ah, there's all our sets. It's a good thing we've got new ones of these. I can't show it to you from this angle, but this guy's bent. But yeah, this looks pretty spot on. Yeah, I'm liking that. Wall looks pretty good. Actually, it looks really good. I think those look okay, the seats. I really don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know if this is a passage that leads somewhere or if it's just a casting void. I don't know why it would be there if it doesn't. I don't know, so I'm just going to cover that up for now. Don't let me forget it. I wonder, am I supposed to replace the dowels? I got new dowels. Maybe. Now I'm still waiting on the ignition coil to come in from Amazon, and I have no idea how to clearance these valves, so I'll have to teach myself that. Okay, so we're at top dead center, which means the piston is all the way up here on the compression stroke, I think, which means that none of these valves are pushed out. I'm just repeating what I've heard online. Don't think I know what I'm doing. I think the last thing you saw probably did not have the rotator on either, but let me move it so you can see, so nobody says, oh, you didn't put the rotator on. Get off. There's the rotator right there. So we've got our 15, we've got a little dragging there, and then we have our 20 mil, or 0.2 I guess. That one, we've got our drag set there. So hopefully that's all set up. You can throw the cover on now. The closest thing I can find is a crankcase cover bolt at 17 foot-pounds. I have no clue if that's right, but it seems low enough that it shouldn't mess anything up. Our new one we've got our clearances set on that, and on this guy, let's just put everything back together and see if it runs. So I don't know why the throttle wasn't having any effect. I don't know if there's some kind of load sensor on there and it knew that it didn't need to rev up. Maybe I connected something wrong. I don't know. All right, I think that's good. It just occurred to me that there is some type of governing mechanism in this engine, and so the fact that when I manually advance the throttle, it is like that, to me means maybe it does, that governor does kind of sense some load. And since there's nothing on this engine, it's saying no, there's no reason for me to go faster. So if you know more about that, let me know in the comments. But what I'm hoping is when I hook everything up, that throttle will work as it's supposed to. I don't know.
One eternity later.
I actually don't care anymore. This is only going to be used if you ever need to take them off again, and I don't know if we are. Well, folks, several $100s in mistakes later, we might actually be ready to try this thing. Might be good to open this up first. Something tells me they did not drain the tank after each use. I've never seen a fitting like this, so I don't know what you're supposed to do. It twists, I see it now. So it's closed like this, and then lefty-loosey, righty-tighty on this bottom thing. And it opens up that port, which probably feeds straight down to there. So you don't have to undo the whole thing. Got it. So we're around 175. We're hissing a little air out of here. If we just push that down, it looks like it clicks. And I guess that's one of the safety mechanisms. I guess there's several of them, but it does say 175 psi maximum pressure. So I guess that's the safety shutoff. I don't have another hose, so this is an easy way to test it. All right, so there's I think I might need to change my pants. So there's one of the safety reliefs. Folks, I think we might have a successful project here, which is saying something considering the channel you're watching. The only thing we have left to do is to change the hydraulic oil, which I'm not even sure if that's worth showing, just because we drain it over there and fill it back up right there. I think I'm going to call this a success. I hear, I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera. I hear the tiniest little squeal of air somewhere. But I think this thing's good. Whatever that leak is, if it is a leak, it's not going to keep you from using this thing. It's not even going to significantly impact your airflow any. So this says max 200 psi. I think this might just have to do with this tank itself. Like it's saying the tank is safe to 200 psi. And it occurs to me, while I did show the model of this machine, I don't think I ever showed the specs. So here's that information. If you've got any feedback for me on this kind of video, I know it's not the normal kind, it's kind of just something I like to do as a hobby. Give me some feedback and let me know, and we will see if we can find another cheapest something at auction and fix it up. I did have that skid steer that one time. That was too big. That was too big of a project for me to take on, but something like this that I can move around easy, I think that's the ticket. And as of today's date, there are several items that run on Honda engines that I think I'm going to take a stab at bidding on and seeing if we can fix it. So appreciate your feedback on these kind of videos, and let me know what you think. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And it suddenly occurs to me as I'm editing this video, I never even went over the dollar amounts with you. So the air compressor itself was $100. That was the winning bid. Iron Planet has, I think, a 10% fee, a minimum of $100. So obviously this hit that minimum. 7.5% sales tax was $15. They charge about a 3% credit card fee if that's the method you use to pay. So the total price picking this air compressor up, $221.34. Now the parts that fix this machine, the cylinder head was $73.77 off of Amazon. The second ignition coil that I purchased that was a correct fit was $21.39 again off of Amazon. So I was able to get this machine fixed and running for an additional $95.16. Now the parts that I broke, and things like filters and belts that I don't think I really needed but I wanted to buy, that was the big box of stuff that you saw came in. The flywheel was the most expensive. Let me be clear, I think that flywheel that I cracked probably would have done the job fine, but there is a small chance that I might donate this machine to disaster relief efforts if I don't get any interest in purchasing it and I don't want to keep it myself. If that's the case, I cannot in good conscience send that machine out with any damaged parts. So folks who know better than I do will know if that cast iron cracked flywheel was still usable. I couldn't gamble that. So I had to buy a new one. $143 was the cheapest I could find it anywhere. And let me tell you, there were much more expensive places than that. The new pulley or sheave, they kind of use those terms interchangeably on the parts sites. It was $31. A spare belt was $12.50. Figured that would be nice to have. An air filter for the compressor was $10. The air filter on the Honda looked fine. 2 isolators, those were the rubber feet. They were $3.50 a piece, so that was $7. Shipping was about $27. I found a 5% off promo code, which means that total was $220.82. So again, the compressor was $221.34. The required parts to fix the machine were $95.16. Because I don't know what I'm doing, I had to buy about $221 worth of parts, which means this project cost a grand total of $537.32. I will leave it up to you to decide if that's a good deal or not. Brand new, if you bought one of these offline, I think you'd be looking at around $2,750. So that means I've gotten one of these machines for about 20% the price of new. I think that's a good deal. I don't really have a use for this machine though, so ultimately you could argue that money was a waste. I will say though, I really enjoyed fixing it. I enjoyed taking it apart. I enjoyed most every aspect of this process, even messing up both of the pulleys, because now I know the right way to take a pulley off. Well, more accurately, I know the wrong way to take a pulley off, which is really a step in the right direction of knowing how to take a pulley off, right? So overall, I'm really happy with this project, and most importantly, the knowledge and experience I gained.